Welcome back to the channel, coin lovers and history enthusiasts. Today's video is truly special because we are not just talking about coins, we are uncovering three powerful moments from American history captured in silver. In this video, we are exploring the legendary standing Liberty quarter dollar, focusing on three important dates: 1920, 1927, and 1928. These coins come from an era when the United States was changing rapidly, finding its strength after war, and stepping into a new age of confidence and ambition. The standing Liberty quarter is widely considered one of the most beautiful and symbolic designs ever used on U.S. coinage. The image of Liberty standing tall, holding an olive branch in one hand and a shield in the other, sends a clear message: America seeks peace, but is always prepared to defend freedom. Each of these years tells a different story. The 1920 quarter reflects a nation rebuilding after World War I. The 1927 quarter represents the strength and energy of the Roaring Twenties. And the 1928 quarter stands at the edge of history, just before everything was about to change. All three coins are struck in 90% silver, giving them not only historical importance but real metal value as well. Beyond the silver, these quarters carry artistic beauty, national symbolism, and a story that has survived for more than a century. In today's video, we will take a closer look at their design, their meaning, and why collectors around the world continue to admire these coins. Whether you are a seasoned collector or just discovering old silver coins, this journey through time is one you won't want to miss. So stay with us, watch till the end, and let's begin this incredible journey into history with the standing Liberty quarter dollars of 1920, 1927, and 1928. If you want, I can also make a more cinematic or dramatic version. Create a short 30-second welcome for shorts/reels. Add SEO keywords for voiceover and description. Just tell me what you need next. Fire. The 1920 standing Liberty quarter, written in smooth YouTube-friendly storytelling style. No headings, just a flowing script you can read directly. Imagine holding a piece of American history in your hand, a coin that has survived wars, economic collapse, and an entire century of change. What you're looking at is not just a quarter dollar. This is the 1920 standing Liberty quarter, one of the most artistic and symbolic coins ever produced by the United States Mint. Every detail on this coin tells a story, and today we are going to uncover why collectors all over the world are fascinated by it. The standing Liberty quarter was first introduced in 1916, at a time when America wanted its coinage to look bold, beautiful, and meaningful. The year 1920 falls right in the middle of this legendary series, making it especially interesting for collectors. When you look at the front of the coin, you see Lady Liberty standing tall and confident. She is holding a shield in one hand and an olive branch in the other. This design represents a powerful message: America desires peace, but it is always ready to defend its freedom. The word liberty is boldly written at the top, and just beneath it, the phrase, "In God we trust," reflects the values of the nation during that era. At the bottom of the coin, you'll find the date 1920, quietly marking a moment in history that followed the end of World War I. America was changing rapidly, and this coin witnessed it all. Now turn the coin over, and you'll see a majestic eagle in flight. The eagle's wings are fully spread, symbolizing strength, independence, and ambition. Around the eagle, the words, "United States of America," and "quarter dollar," proudly declare the coin's identity. Beneath the eagle, the Latin phrase, "E pluribus unum," reminds us of unity, one nation formed from many. What makes the 1920 standing Liberty quarter truly special is not just its design, but the way it was made. These coins were struck using silver, 90% pure, giving them intrinsic metal value even today. Over time, many of these coins were heavily used, which means finding one with clear details is becoming harder every year. That scarcity is exactly what drives collector interest. One of the most fascinating things about this coin is how sensitive it is to condition. Because the date was placed in a recessed area on early versions, many 1920 quarters have weak or worn dates. If you have a coin where the date is still strong and readable, that alone makes it more desirable. Sharp details on Liberty's face, shield, and gown can significantly increase the coin's value. Mint marks also play an important role. The 1920 standing Liberty quarter was produced at different mints, including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins from branch mints, especially in higher condition, are often harder to find and more sought after. Even small differences can mean a big change in value in the collector market. Collectors love this coin because it represents a turning point in American coin art. Before this era, many U.S. coins had simpler, less dramatic designs. The Standing Liberty Quarter broke that pattern. It was bold, emotional, and full of symbolism. That's why even today, more than 100 years later, people are still drawn to it. Another reason this coin is so respected is the historical context of 1920 itself. The United States was adjusting to life after World War I. The economy was unstable, prohibition was beginning, and society was changing fast. This coin circulated through all of that. It passed through the hands of soldiers, workers, shopkeepers, and families trying to rebuild their lives. From a collector's point of view, the 1920 Standing Liberty Quarter is a coin that rewards patience and knowledge. It may look simple at first glance, but the deeper you study it, the more details you discover. Strike quality, wear patterns, mint marks, and even toning can all affect its desirability. Today, these coins are carefully preserved in collections around the world. Some are kept raw, while others are graded and encapsulated for protection. Higher-grade examples can command impressive prices, especially when the design details remain strong. Even worn examples, however, are valued for their silver content and historical significance. This is the kind of coin that reminds us why numismatics is more than just money. It's about art, history, and storytelling. A single $quarter like this can open a window into the past and connect us with a world that no longer exists. So if you ever come across a 1920 Standing Liberty Quarter, don't ignore it. Take a closer look. Study the details. Check the date, the condition, and the overall appearance. You might be holding a coin that has traveled through a century of American history. Coins like this are not just collected, they are respected. They carry the spirit of liberty, strength, and resilience. And that is why the 1920 Standing Liberty Quarter remains one of the most admired and discussed coins among collectors today. If you want, I can also make this more dramatic/viral. Rewrite it for SEO YouTube narration. Add value hints without exaggeration. Convert it into Urdu-English mix, Hinglish/Urdu style. Just tell me fire. The 1927 Standing Liberty Quarter, a coin that carries the weight of history, art, and rarity all in one small piece of silver. Holding this coin is like holding a frozen moment from a powerful era in American history, a time when the nation was redefining itself after war, change, and rapid growth. The Standing Liberty Quarter series was already famous by the time 1927 arrived. Introduced in 1916, this design was revolutionary. It broke away from dull, mechanical coin designs and brought emotion, movement, and symbolism into American coinage. By 1927, this coin had become a strong symbol of national identity, and that is exactly what makes this date so fascinating for collectors today. On the front of the coin, Lady Liberty stands tall and confident. She is not sitting or resting, she is standing, alert and aware. In one hand, she holds a shield, representing strength and protection. In the other, she extends an olive branch, symbolizing peace. This balance between peace and defense perfectly reflects America's mindset during the 1920s. The nation wanted peace, but it had learned the cost of being unprepared. Above Liberty's head, the word liberty is boldly engraved, reminding us that freedom was and always remains the foundation of the United States. On either side of her, the words, "In God we trust," appear, a phrase that carried deep meaning during an era of uncertainty and change. At the bottom, the date 1927 quietly marks a year filled with cultural and economic transformation. Now turn the coin over, and the design continues its powerful message. The reverse features a magnificent eagle in full flight, wings spread wide as if rising into the future. This eagle is not perched or resting, it is moving forward, symbolizing ambition, freedom, and national strength. Surrounding the eagle are the words, "United States of America," and "$quarter," clearly declaring the coin's authority and purpose. Just above the eagle, the Latin phrase, "E pluribus unum," reminds us that this nation was formed from many people, many cultures, and many ideas, yet united as one. This message was especially meaningful in 1927, as America experienced massive immigration, industrial growth, and social change. One of the most important things to understand about the 1927 Standing Liberty Quarter is its composition. The coin is made of 90% silver, giving it intrinsic value beyond its face value. Even if heavily worn, this coin still holds silver worth. But when condition improves, the value can rise dramatically. The year 1927 is particularly interesting because many coins from this period did not survive in high condition. The Standing Liberty Quarter design wore down quickly in circulation, especially the date and Liberty's finer details. As a result, coins with strong detail from 1927 are far less common than people realize. Collectors carefully examine Liberty's face, the folds of her gown, the shield lines, and the sharpness of the stars. On the reverse, the eagle's feathers and wing definition are key indicators of quality. A well-struck 1927 example can be truly impressive and highly desirable. Mint marks also matter greatly. Some 1927 quarters were struck in smaller quantities at branch mints, making them even harder to find today. When collectors find a 1927 Standing Liberty Quarter with good detail and an original surface, it immediately attracts attention. What makes this coin truly special is the era it represents. The year 1927 was part of the Roaring Twenties, a time of jazz, innovation, and cultural change. The American economy was booming, cities were growing, and modern life was taking shape. This coin circulated through that exciting and unpredictable world, passing from hand to hand, witnessing history silently. Over time, many of these coins were melted, lost, or worn beyond recognition. That is why surviving examples are respected and carefully preserved. Every scratch and mark tells a story of where the coin has been and what it has seen. Today, the 1927 Standing Liberty Quarter is more than just a collectible. It is a piece of art, a historical artifact, and a reminder of a powerful chapter in American history. Whether kept raw or professionally graded, it commands respect among collectors worldwide. If you ever find one of these coins, take your time with it. Look closely. Feel its weight. Notice the craftsmanship. You are not just holding silver, you are holding a century-old symbol of liberty, strength, and national pride. Coins like the 1927 Standing Liberty Quarter are why coin collecting is not just a hobby, but a journey through time. And that is exactly why this coin continues to fascinate collectors, historians, and enthusiasts even today. The 1928 Standing Liberty Quarter may look similar to other dates at first glance, but in reality, it represents the final full year of an era that was about to disappear forever. This was not just another year of production. 1928 marked the closing moments of one of the most beautiful silver coin designs in U.S. history. By 1928, the Standing Liberty Quarter had already earned legendary status. Introduced in 1916, it was created during a time when the United States wanted its coinage to reflect power, dignity, and artistic excellence. The design showed a nation that valued freedom but understood responsibility. And by the time 1928 arrived, America itself was standing at the edge of enormous change. On the obverse of the coin, Lady Liberty stands firm and graceful. She is dressed in flowing robes, her posture calm yet alert. In one hand, she holds a shield, a symbol of defense and readiness. In the other, she extends an olive branch, representing peace. This combination sends a timeless message. Peace is preferred, but freedom must always be protected. The word liberty curves boldly above her head, commanding attention. On both sides of liberty, the words "In God We Trust" appear, reflecting the spiritual and moral foundation of the nation during the late 1920s. At the bottom of the coin, the date 1928 quietly anchors the design to a specific moment in history, just 1 year before the Great Depression would change America forever. When you turn the coin over, the reverse design continues the story with powerful symbolism. A strong American eagle is captured mid-flight, wings fully extended. This is not an eagle at rest, it is an eagle moving forward, representing ambition, strength, and national confidence. The design reflects the optimism of the late 1920s, when the future still seemed bright and full of promise. Above the eagle, the words "United States of America" are proudly engraved, leaving no doubt about the coin's origin. Beneath them, the phrase "E pluribus unum" reminds us that this nation, though made up of many people and cultures, stands united as one. At the bottom, the denomination $quarter completes the design with authority and balance. The 1928 Standing Liberty Quarter is composed of 90% silver, giving it both historical and intrinsic value. Even in worn condition, this coin carries weight, not just in metal, but in meaning. However, what truly sets the 1928 issue apart is how difficult it is to find with strong detail. The Standing Liberty design was notorious for wearing down quickly in circulation. The date, Liberty's facial features, and the shield lines often faded after years of use. Because of this, well-preserved 1928 examples are especially desirable. Coins with sharp details, clean fields, and strong strikes are becoming harder to locate as time goes on. Collectors pay close attention to Liberty's head, the folds of her gown, and the sharpness of the stars on the obverse. On the reverse, the eagle's feathers and wing definition are critical. A 1928 Standing Liberty quarter with good eye appeal can stand out immediately, even among other silver quarters. Another reason the 1928 date is important is its position in the series. Just 2 years later, in 1930, the Standing Liberty quarter design would be replaced by the Washington quarter. That makes 1928 part of the final generation of coins to carry this iconic artwork into circulation. Historically, 1928 was a year of contrast. America was enjoying economic growth, cultural expansion, and technological progress. Jazz music filled the cities, industries were booming, and modern life was accelerating. At the same time, unseen economic tensions were building beneath the surface. This coin circulated through that moment, right before history took a dramatic turn. Many of these quarters were used daily, passed through banks, shops, and businesses without anyone realizing how significant they would become. Over time, countless examples were worn down, lost, or melted. That is why surviving coins today are treated with respect by collectors and historians alike. The 1928 Standing Liberty quarter is more than just a silver coin. It is a closing chapter, a final echo of an artistic era that valued symbolism and craftsmanship. It reminds us of a confident America standing tall, unaware of the challenges just ahead. If you hold a 1928 Standing Liberty quarter in your hand, you are holding one of the last voices of a classic design. It speaks of liberty, strength, unity, and hope. And that is exactly why this coin continues to capture the imagination of collectors across the world. Coins like this are not measured only by price. They are measured by the stories they carry. And the story of the 1928 Standing Liberty quarter is one of beauty, transition, and timeless American identity.